When the dust settles from today's ruling, will this level the playing field for brick and mortar retailers and internet giants like Amazon? Here now with his take, Jan Kniffen, the CEO of Rogers Kniffen WWE and a CNBC contributor. Jan, great to have you with us. I think what is telling in the market, at least in the stock market, is that the online bricks and mortar retailers aren't really catching a huge bid on the back of this. I don't think that there's a notion that this is actually going to level the playing field and divert more sales to the guys with physical presences.
And that's because the game's over. Had they made this decision 25 years ago, it would have certainly slowed down the incursion onto online because it was about an 8 percentage point benefit. You were 8% cheaper if you were selling online than if you're selling brick and mortar. You would, like, sell your mother in retailing for 8 percentage points. So it's very clear that it made a big difference as far as online penetration. But today, online is the way we're doing business. It's not going to change the rate of penetration online by very much. It may make it very difficult for some of these online-only guys to make a living, but overall, the penetration will continue because that's the way the consumer wants to shop. But I wouldn't want to be Wayfair, who fought this battle pretty hard because they are online-only, and suddenly they're 8% more expensive than they were the day before, and they weren't making money to start with. So that's a big problem.
Wasn't one of the criticisms or concerns as well that for the really small retailers, there are so many different tax setups in so many different states, it's going to be so difficult bureaucratically? I mean, the big guys can do it, but the little people, not necessarily.
Well, that was certainly true in 1992 when they made this ruling, and that's really why they made this ruling, and we've fought it all the way. But in fact, today, somebody's going to put that app together in about 12 seconds so that you can collect the sales tax every place you need to. All the big guys already have that application in place. And somebody will provide that to the small players.
Because there are some local sales taxes as well as state sales taxes.
I guarantee you Amazon will provide that for their 3PL players in about a nanosecond.
It's another revenue stream for Amazon, which sort of goes against the people who wanted the online sales tax to begin with in order to fight the strength of Amazon. You're just handing them some more money to be made.
I said before I came on camera, this is not a big disadvantage to Amazon. It's a big disadvantage to most online-only players. But Amazon's already won the game, and they can play this game technically better than anybody, and they'll sell that service. So it will all work for them.
I'm going to ask a dumb question, which is what I do best. And explain to me this. One of the objections that anti-tax people have is that this fundamentally would sanction a state to reach into the pockets of a resident of another state to extract taxes from them. Why isn't the sales tax applied to the company in the state where the sale is made? In other words, if
it will be.
If I'm the New York retailer who is, or if I'm the Tennessee retailer who's selling to a person in New York, why am I collecting New York sales tax from that individual as opposed to paying the sales tax that obtains in Tennessee?
Oh, no, you're paying the sales tax, and you owe it if you're the consumer. All these taxes, this $25 billion a year that's not being collected, it's owed as a use tax. When you file your taxes, when you file your taxes every year, you sign that I've paid my use taxes, and the perjury on that must be almost 100%. The only difference is they're not collecting it.
But it's up to the seller to collect it. It's up to the seller to collect it.
It has always been up to the seller.
It has always been.
But if it was not collected, it was up to you to pay it as an individual, and you just didn't.
This isn't going to affect, like, when I buy stuff in New York and I ship it to New Jersey here.
Yes, ma'am, it certainly is. That's all gone.
That's right.
Over.
That is over, Michelle.
It's so
over. Quick. Last question. In terms of the third-party sellers on Amazon, does this take away a price advantage that they used to have? I mean, if
8 percentage points. Absolutely.
Right, yeah. So it's really hurting these small businesses potentially.
And more if they have to pay Amazon to service it further.
Right.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.